Hi, so I am Anayala and I'm in Perg 120, of course, with Professor Leroy Johnson. So, some hereditary health issues that are faced in my family. Sorry, I'm reading it as I'm talking. So, one big one that runs in my family is diabetes, along with high blood pressure. So, my great grandma had diabetes from when she was around 40 years old to the moment she died, and her along with high blood and sugar pressure. Well, the sugar comes with the diabetes, but she had high blood pressure. And when she hit like her 80s, she also got Alzheimer's. So when she had Alzheimer's, she not only dealt with the Alzheimer's itself, but with the fact that her sugar would be like up and down, up and down. And when the Alzheimer's came, it got really bad. And she was in the hospital because her blood pressure was so low. And then her daughter, which is my grandmother, this is my great grandma, my grandma to this day has high blood pressure. So she takes a pill every single day at 7 to take care of that. And she used to be very overweight, and part of the reason she had such bad blood pressure was because of her weight. And her doctor told her, if you don't change your way of eating and living, you will not be okay. So she cut off like all bread, all soda, and she lost a good like 80 pounds. And she's always gonna have the blood pressure thing, but now she's not at risk for diabetes, and she's really, really healthy. And then my own mom, she doesn't have high blood pressure like as like everyday thing, but when she's been pregnant, she's gotten pretty bad with it. It's just something that has always run in my family. And my biggest fear is getting diabetes or getting high blood pressure, because I know it runs in my family, and it's just something that I can avoid. I mean, I know it's hereditary, but I mean, if you are healthy, you can try to postpone it or like avoid it. For example, like my best friend's dad, diabetes runs in his family, but he got it very young because of his eating habits. Like that's what the doctor said, and he changed his diet. He lost a lot of weight, but like he's literally 45 with diabetes type 2, which is very sad, and it's kind of hard to live with. But I know that there's sometimes like you could literally get it when you're 5 just because it's hereditary. But I know that I've read and did my research, and I know that like if you try to be healthier, and if you just try to like work out or like not eat so many sugars or so many fats, like you can make it to where you might still get it because it is hereditary, which is something that runs in my family, but I can also kind of fight it in a way, like unless I obviously have the gene or like that thing wrong with me, I can't do anything about it. But if I'm healthy, I could possibly like do something about it. And then another thing that runs in my family is the Alzheimer's and dementia. So my great grandma was the first, and the doctor confirmed it was hereditary. So he said it's gonna skip a generation, and then the next generation would get it. So it's skipped my grandma's generation, but like my mom might get it, and it'll most likely skip me, but like my kids might get it. And like obviously Alzheimer's and dementia is something inevitable, and there's still no cure for it. I mean, it can only be treated and with therapy, and there's homes, but like there's not obviously a cure, which is something that frightens me. But that's something that happens. But obviously Alzheimer's, like I said, it has nothing to do with your health or the way you eat. But I know that some good tips is if you do a lot of crossword puzzles or like mind games, that helps your mind be active and always be like intact with its short and long-term memories, which is something really good. So I know my grandma does a lot of like Sudoku and like crossword puzzles, and she encourages me to do those, which I do. I like doing word searches and stuff, but that's something that runs. But the biggest thing is diabetes in my family, and that's why I try to eat a lot of vegetables. And I used to eat fast food at least 5 times a week, and there's 7 days a week. So that was pretty bad, and I gained some weight, and now I eat more just chicken and veggies, and I have lost weight, and I feel healthier and more active. And I felt like when I was eating a lot of junk food, I felt very like drowsy, and I didn't want to do anything. I felt lazy. And now when the healthier I eat, like I just feel so energetic and so ready to just like like get ready for the day. And honestly, like that's just one of the greatest feelings ever. And yeah, those are the health issues. in my family, and I mean, diabetes is just becoming more and more common. Sometimes it's not hereditary, you just get it, but in my case it is, so I'm just gonna try my best to not get it. And my dad always talks to me about how he's so afraid we get it, and he just wants us to try to be like healthy and work out, and he really stresses that, which gets in my head and it makes me want to be healthier. But yeah, diabetes and high blood pressure run in my family, and I am trying the hardest just to live a healthier lifestyle. And not because of that, but just because of obesity. Like, so many little kids and people are obese nowadays, and I don't want to have that life for me or my children. So that's why I'm trying to change my lifestyle, and I slowly have. So that's good, and thank you.